with the decision of the federal government to lift the embargo on interstate transport services on Tuesday, June 30, 2020, Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Benin City, and other major cities across the Federation risk an unprecedented increase in the COVID-19 cases within a few weeks. This is according to findings by the authoritative This Day newspaper, which further revealed that such state capitals as Abeokuta, Asaba, Kaduna, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, and Katsina, among others, might also record significant progression in the COVID-19 cases due to poor observance of social distancing in bus stops and motor parks nationwide. Even though most of the commuters always wear face masks, observations show that poor infrastructure at bus stations and motor parks largely undermine the regulations mandating all citizens to wash their hands and use hand sanitizer in public places. These shortcomings were uncovered during an observation of interstate motor parks and bus stations after the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 (PTF) lifted the prohibition on the interstate transport services nationwide. On March 30, the federal government imposed a 2-week lockdown on the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), Lagos, and Ogun states, and extended it by another 14 days at the expiration of the first lockdown on April 13. In a broadcast on April 27, President Muhammadu Buhari subsequently approved phased easing of the lockdown, which officially commenced on May 4 and imposed curfew nationwide between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. Also, the president imposed a dusk to dawn curfew on the country, banned interstate movements, and imposed total lockdown on Kano State due to an unprecedented spike in the COVID-19 cases and deaths the state recorded. Since the gradual ease of the lockdown started on May 4, however, analysis of data obtained from the website of the NCDC showed that the COVID-19 cases rose from 2,818 on May 4, when the partial ease of lockdown commenced, to 10,262 on May 31, representing an increase of 264% within 4 weeks. From 10,599 on June 1, when the second phase of the eased lockdown was announced, NCDC's data revealed that the COVID-19 cases surged to 25,872 on June 30, when the PTF lifted prohibition on the interstate lockdown. Between June 1 and 30, according to NCDC's data, the progression of the COVID-19 cases across the Federation increased by 144%, suggesting that with the resumption of interstate transport services, the cases of the pandemic might triple or quadruple in the next 4 weeks. Complicated by the absence of modern bus terminals and the prevalence of poor facilities, most public transportation facilities cannot effectively enforce COVID-19 regulations, requiring the use of hand sanitizers, face masks, and nose covers in public spaces. Apart from archaic public transport infrastructure, further observation revealed that there was no strategy in place in most bus stations and motor parks to effectively manage commuters and strictly enforce social distancing within the facilities. Against this background, a public transport specialist, Mr. Shola Adepoju, has warned that the progression of COVID-19 cases might overwhelm public health facilities in a few weeks, with the decision of the federal government to end interstate lockdown. He therefore urged the government nationwide to prioritize the development of strategic public transport infrastructure to ensure healthier and safer transportation of commuters and goods, saying there was a strong relationship between public health and public transportation and public transport infrastructure. From Lagos, this is Tina Timothy, News Express Nigeria Television.